Was 24 for his last fight. McNeely checks in at 26. The 2.5-inch height advantage for McNeely, who's probably closer to 6 feet. Tyson closer to 5'10". Tyson a sculptured 220. He was 216 for his last fight 4 years ago. His heaviest weight 221 1/4. McNeely weighed 224. And the 6-inch reach advantage for McNeely. And the Nevada rules for this non-title affair. 10-point must system. 3 judges will score. No standing 8 count. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the last round. If there's an accidental foul before the end of the 3rd round, the fight is ruled a no decision. If it happens after the end of the 3rd, they go to the scorecards. Let's go back up to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. With over 90 countries in 6 continents tuning in, you are now part of the largest audience to ever view a boxing event. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, it's showtime! Presenting to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing green trunks with white trim and hailing from Medfield, Massachusetts. He weighed in at 224 pounds, and his record includes 36 wins, only 1 defeat, with 30 wins coming by way of knockout, including 21 of his knockouts coming in the first round. He is currently ranked the number 7 heavyweight in the world by the WBA. As a 3rd-generation pugilist, he is representing the long-time fighting family tradition. Please welcome the hard-hitting contender known as Hurricane, Peter McNeely. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, really needing no introduction the world over. Entering the ring, wearing his traditional black trunks and fighting out of Catskill, New York. He weighed in at a ready 220 pounds with an outstanding record of 41 wins, 1 defeat, and 36 big wins coming by way of knockout. He is the youngest ever to win the heavyweight title and the last to unify it in the ring by beating the champions of the WBC, WBA, and IBF. Currently ranked the number 1 contender, please welcome the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, tonight making his return to the ring, and he is back, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the one, the only Tyson. Once again, here's our referee in charge, now to give instructions, Mills Lane.
All right, gentlemen, we've already gone through the instruction in the dressing room 1 time. This is the Nevada state rules only. Protect yourself at all times. I expect a tough, clean fight. Any questions from McNeely's corner? Any questions from Mr. Tyson's corner? Let's get it on!
Peter McNeely at the start of each fight watches the timekeeper and tries to get a jump on his opponent, pouncing on top of him with a swarming style. Will he go to that approach against Mike Tyson? In Tyson's return, he plans to go straight ahead, but with elusiveness, something he got away from prior to prison. Cus D'Amato once told him, your greatest asset can become your greatest weakness. So he's been working a great deal on his movement the past few months, and here we go. And McNeely, as advertised, comes right at Mike Tyson. Down goes McNeely, seconds into the first round.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Seconds into the fight, McNeely on the canvas. inside.
Tyson seeming to just hang back there waiting for that one shot. He isn't moving, and he's letting McNeely get away with an awful lot of pounding.
1 minute gone by. McNeely's already been down.
I'll tell you what, Steve. Nothing but brawling. McNeely's giving a good account of himself already.
Knock that shit off. Come on. Let's go.
Mills Lane said stop that nonsense because they were starting to butt heads. Oh.
Tyson with a left hook, a right uppercut. Down goes McNeely again.
McNeely's hurt this time, Steve. He's very hurt. He can barely stand up. This fight, he's got about 30 seconds left.
They want Tyson to go to the neutral corner. What's going on? The round's still
that
going
was
on.
not correct. That was not correct. That was not correct.
He quit.
That's it. He quit.
Fight's
McNeely has quit.
He didn't quit. His corner threw in the towel.
He didn't quit at all. McNeely didn't quit at all. His corner
McNeely didn't quit at all. He fought his heart out.
This is tantamount to Evel Knievel jumping over the counter in a rocket. He didn't even get started. That's a crime for McNeely. This kid was fighting his heart out.
That is
wrong.
It's too bad, yes. At first it appeared as if McNeely had quit, but no, it was the corner. McNeely wanted to continue. Everything happened so fast it was tough to determine, but it was McNeely's corner who stopped the fight. And that is it. Just like that, it's over.
Well, that was that fear on their part that he would get hurt, but he wasn't in bad shape. He got up, he was going to get hammered, but they were fighting, and the kid had a lot of heart. McNeely had heart.
McNeely did something no one's ever done. It's attack Mike Tyson. He pushed him back in the corner and tried to leave him there. Now, obviously, Mike Tyson is a talent that this guy isn't.
Well,
but you're right, it was the corner. It was unfair to the boy.
Listen to this crowd, and they agree. They wanted this fight to continue, and look at McNeely's reaction. He's upset.
Well, McNeely has every right to really scream and holler at his cornerman for coming in there. Vinny should not have done that. That's just not appropriate action.
It's really unfortunate that it had to end this way.
I mean, because you've learned nothing. You've learned nothing. Tyson withstood the blast. He waited. He came in with his crunching punches. You've learned nothing.
What a letdown.
Oh,
what a letdown.
What a terrible letdown, and not the fault of McNeely. Let's say it over and over and over again. Not the fault of this young kid.
30 people asked me all during the week, what did I think? And I said, at best, I thought a minute and a half. It's a minute 29.
You're pretty
but
good, Bob.
I'll tell you what, I didn't think it went in quite that way. McNeely made an excellent account of himself, used his football style, bulled him back into the corner, got some shots in.
Let's take a look at the first knockdown, which wasn't a really big thing, but he'd gotten a couple of really hard shots that shook him. So as we go to the replay, if it starts, you'll see Tyson land. Look at that hammering shot right there. And then the way he's punching, that right hand right there got him. And so he gets off balance, he goes down. He doesn't go down with a big lot of hurt. You see him get up, and this kid's got so much nervous energy. Let's look at the second. Bob.
Now, the second knockdown, he's hurt more on the inside, but this is still a replay of the first knockdown. Mike comes across, just a nice short, crisp, turned over the right hand. Kind of stunned McNeely. Semi-flash knockdown, not real hurt, gets up, kind of clowning around. Second knockdown, though, he was much more hurt.
All right, let's take a look at super slow-mo, because that was a nice little right hand, but it didn't land with a huge amount of crunching force. Let's look at it. The right, keep your eyes on the right hand of Mike Tyson. Now he's in a perfect position to come back. Whack, and you see he's turning his head as he got hit. But it was enough to stun him, and he kind of tripped over Mike's feet as well. So it wasn't a big deal. He got up and he ran around. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. He was on his way to getting knocked out.
Mike Tyson is departing. He's leaving the ring. He's going down the steps and heading back to the dressing room. Barely broke a sweat. It's officially called a winner by disqualification. A minute 29 of round one.
Oh, that's an awful thing to have on your record, too. Disqualification. Sounds like something horrible happened. What happened? Your cornerman got too soft and stopped it wrongly.
You know, I'll tell you what. This is the game we've chosen. Let the man fight his fight. Let the man go down swinging.
Well, Peter McNeely, who certainly won the Hype Award going into this fight, very loose, still talking. His corner stopped the fight. McNeely appeared ready to go on. It just was a complete brawl from the opening bell for as short as it lasts, and it's really unfortunate. The crowd's very ticked off, very upset, and understandably so. They wanted to see a little more action, and quite frankly, I'm very disappointed that his corner stopped the fight.
Well, we're going to show you the last knockdown, the end of the fight, and the second knockdown is the last knockdown in this case, because even though he got up, the corner came in, Here you'll see the punches that are landed here by Tyson, that one not being one of them, but inside he starts to dig a few shots, and Mike's a little off balance, his timing's a little off. Right here you'll see a nice right uppercut, bang! That's the one that puts him down. And you can see McNeely's eyes because he fell right over us, Steve. I could see considerably more hurt than he was the first time. You see him not even standing well there, but not playing and not joking and not laughing, but he was still able to finish, although I'll tell you what, he's not going to make another minute and a half.
Well, he's very groggy, and then the corner.
That's Vinny Vecchione,
his manager, with the hat on, said that was it. In the meantime, Mills Lane was telling Tyson to go to the neutral corner. That's when Vecchione ushered McNeely over and said that's it.
Here you'll see it again. Tyson a little off balance with that hook. Now watch his uppercut. That one is clean. That is a clean shot. Mike goes back to the neutral corner, not knowing what's happening, and neither does Mills Lane. But Vinny Vecchione, the manager, who really, I've talked to him poolside, he really likes McNeely, doesn't want to see his fighter get hurt. He comes in and he says this fight is over now.
Yeah. And that is it. He's protecting his man, and from overhead.
Protecting him from some physical punishment. He wasn't that hurt. He wasn't going to be hurt much longer because the 3 knockdown rule was in effect, but he robbed his man of a chance of obviously what would be a miracle, but a chance nonetheless to beat Mike.
And there are the wobbly legs of Peter McNeely the second time. The ropes held him up there. He could barely stay up. And here's the point where Mills Lane is ushering Tyson over to the neutral corner. And there's Vinny Vecchione, the manager and trainer of Peter McNeely, pulling McNeely over and stopping the fight. We've got the fight doctor standing by with the referee, Mills Lane. Doctor?
Mills, you've experienced a lot of things in the ring. Have you experienced anything that's ever? What happened?
Well, Mike Tyson was getting to him pretty good, but McNeely came to fight. He could have gone on. He might have got knocked down again. If he had, that would have been a 3 knockdown. The fight's over. But the kid could have gone on, and he was fighting as hard as he could. He gave it the best he could. I didn't understand why his corner got in the ring, not then.
Have you ever experienced a thing where the corner comes in while his fighter's so willing to fight?
No, I never have.
I never have either. I don't think I've seen it in my time. Don King, who's seen as many fights as all of us, have you seen anything like that?
I seen a guy that come here tonight that vindicated everything I said about him. He was exchanging gloves, bomb after bomb with Mike Tyson. He jumped right on Mike Tyson, and he was doing a hell of a fight, and Mike would look excellent coming out of it to be the first fight out of the shoot in 4 years, slipping and rolling and coming back, but he had his hands full.
Well, it was an unfortunate thing. We're going to go back to Steve Albert because we got more great fights to come.
I'm telling you.
Thank you very much, Purdy. I'll tell you, I was so stunned that this fight was stopped because I thought that, Peter McNeely, despite the fact that he was really rocked and wobbled that second time, wanted to continue. And I jumped the gun by saying that the fight is stopped and Peter McNeely is stopping, but actually it was his corner that stopped the fight. He wanted to continue on.
His corner forced the stoppage. If my corner ever did that to me, I'd be in another fight right there with my corner because, let's face it, we know what business we've chosen. A man is a man and he has to walk to his destiny. He had made a good account of himself, much better than most people thought. Most people thought he was going to walk out there, get hit, fall down, end of story. He came at Mike. He hit Mike some good shots, 1 or 2 on top of the head. He took his chances. He got his licks in, his pound of flesh.
Peter McNeely, Bobby, a gutsy kid from Medfield, Massachusetts. He came in with the reputation of being a slow, mediocre club fighter at best, who just fought a man who may someday be considered the best of all time. And this crowd very disappointed and very upset that this fight was not allowed to continue. The chances are it could have ended just a few seconds later. Nevertheless, you don't stop a fighter dead in his tracks when he's ready to continue.
I agree with you, Steve, 100%.
All right, let's go to Jim Gray with Mike Tyson.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Mike, your thoughts on your return to the ring, as short as it was?
I was just happy to be in there. And I give all praise to God, and there's only one God, and Prophet Muhammad, peace be all unto him, is the messenger of God, and I'm just happy he blessed me with this victory today.
The fight ended so quickly and seemingly not the way that anybody wanted to see it end. Were you surprised that the Vecchione came in and stopped it?
Well, I'm really not surprised at anything. He came out punching, and he was winging. I knew it would just be a matter of time before I catch him.
Did he do a little better than you thought right off the bat?
I was